Hello ladies and gentlemen, Reginald Scott here, and today I wanted to talk to you about the Polaroid Cube. Now, the Polaroid Cube is a handy little camera. It's quite small, very easy to put on and off your bike, especially when you make some little metallic mounts for them. The magnets on the base of the Polaroid Cube is extremely effective and a very useful mounting device, to be honest with you. As I say, they're a handy and neat little camera. And they have their issues. I mean, they're supposed to give a 90-minute battery life. These ones have never given me more than 70 minutes, so that's a little bit disappointing. And occasionally they do corrupt files. Now, I do have another problem with the Polaroid Cube, and that is as follows. The front of the camera has a small domed lens, and when the camera is running it gets rather hot. And when the weather outside is cold, condensation forms in that domed lens and basically prevents the camera from operating properly. You can't then see things in great detail because you have this fog in the front of this fisheye lens, which is the coolest part of the camera while the camera is getting warm. So all the water basically condensates within that lens. And that can be a real problem. Not only do you lose the ability to see through the camera, but also you know, there's the potential there that a droplet of water forming on that lens could potentially run down inside the camera and cause some kind of short circuit. So, now firstly I'm going to show you a piece of footage of what that condensation on the lens looks like, followed by a piece of footage of the camera operating now in the same weather conditions, much better than before, and then I'll show you what I did. So from that footage you can see what the problem used to be like, and you can see now the problem has been fixed. And I hear you ask, what did you do? Well, very simple. Basically, where the front of the camera is, I got a piece of plastic and I glued it on, forming a barrier between that small domed lens and the rest of the world, the outside world. And that means that fisheye lens now doesn't get cold. It's basically insulated against that cold, and that condensation doesn't form on the camera anymore. I even poked a hole in this one with a hot needle, just where the microphone is, so you'd still be able to hear through it, and that doesn't seem to affect it at all. Again, this still stays warm enough to prevent that condensation on the lens. So it's basically cured the problem 100%. I've had absolutely no issues with condensation since I did this, and surprisingly, even without the hole poked in it, the vibrations through this plastic is enough that you can actually hear still. You know, the sound quality is still good. So that basically solved the problem. Where did I get the plastic? Very simple. Off the actual Polaroid Cube box. In the box you have these little tabs. All I did was buff them up, clean them, made sure that they were as clear and as clean as possible. Cut them off the box, cut them to shape, applied a little bit of glue around the edge there, and then just popped them on, sat them down on their faces with a weight on the back and left them overnight, and that's that. And as I say, it's cured the problem 100%. So if you have the Polaroid Cube and you're getting this fogging issue, give it a try. What have you got to lose? You know, potentially you could lose your camera if you don't, because of the water vapor. So there you go, problem solved. Thanks for watching.